Welcome back. I hope you're doing amazing. I'm going to be showing you how to make this whipped herbal hair butter with Batana oil. This is a rich moisturizing hair butter that's going to nourish, moisturize your hair. If you have dry hair that might be breaking off or feels brittle, this is a very rich hair butter that's going to do an amazing job at basically helping to feed your hair strands. So I'm going to show you my process for making this herbal hair butter step by step. So let's go and get started. And if this is your first time stopping by, my name is Esther. I make DIY hair and skincare videos. I'm also a small business owner. I sell my handmade products online, and I also have my formulating ebooks, classes. Um, Everything I mentioned is always linked in the description box of this video. I'm using a digital scale that rounds out to 0.01 grams to weigh my ingredients, and I usually link all my equipment in the description box of the video. And I'm going to go on and share the formula right here. I'm going to weigh out my unrefined shea butter. So unrefined shea butter is packed with vitamins like vitamin A and E. It's very good for moisturizing dry, brittle hair. It's also going to help strengthen your hair. And the next ingredient is Batana oil. This is unrefined Batana oil. There's so much that has been written about this ingredient, but it is made from palm oil. It's rich in vitamin E, so it's going to help protect your hair cells from damage. It has a high vitamin E content, fatty acids. So I suggest reading up about this ingredient as well, because there's so much about this online, but it's definitely going to help deeply moisturize your hair. It's going to help reduce breakage, so helping to protect your hair. So of course this will help your hair be healthier in the long run. So I'm going to gently melt down my ingredients on medium heat. I just place my bowl in a pot filled with a few inches of water, and this literally melts in minutes. And once everything has melted down, I'm just going to set this aside for 2 to 3 minutes before I add in the rest of my ingredients. Next is the Ayurvedic herbal infused oil. I'll link the video showing how I make this oil. This is a key ingredient in this herbal hair butter because it's packed with so many amazing herbs like moringa, rosemary, hibiscus. So I will link the video. So once I add this herbal infused oil, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add in the castor oil. Castor oil is a very moisturizing oil that helps to also strengthen your hair, and it's very soothing for your scalp as well. So with shea butter, you want to make sure that you cool your mixture quickly. This is going to help reduce the chance of getting grainy body butter products. So I'm just going to cover my bowl with some foil paper, and I'm going to place in the freezer until my mixture becomes semi-solid. I left my mixture a little bit too long in the freezer. When I checked on it, it had gotten a little bit too hard, and this is what it was looking like. So I just started breaking it apart just to make it easier for me when I start whipping up the hair butter. So you want to make sure you don't let yours become this hard. I just left mine a little bit too long. I honestly forgot about it. But I did this to make the whipping easier. So I started off using this. I call it like a lightweight mixer. So I was struggling with this one when I was whipping. It was quite difficult because the mixture was a little bit too hard. So I did this for maybe 5 minutes or so, and I eventually switched over to my regular hand mixer. So I get asked about how long you should whip for. The time honestly varies. It depends on how big of a batch you're making. I tend to whip anywhere from 8 to 13 minutes or 8 to 12 minutes. I really don't set a timer. I just start whipping and I look at my mixture. Obviously, the longer you whip, the lighter and fluffier it's going to be. But if you over whip your butter products, your hair, body butter products, they can deflate. So you don't want to introduce too much air. So I switched over, like I said, to my regular hand mixer and I whipped for maybe an additional 5 to 6 minutes here. I added in some vitamin E T50. This is going to help extend the shelf life of this hair butter. And I also used a blend of essential oils. I used some lavender essential oil. This smells so good. It has anti-inflammatory benefits. It also helps to soothe your scalp. And tea tree essential oil has antifungal, antibacterial benefits and also helps with scalp irritation, itching. I also used some peppermint essential oil. This helps to stimulate hair growth. And you don't have to use essential oils. You can leave this hair butter unscented, or you can use a fragrance oil if you prefer. And I just mixed everything in for a few minutes just to ensure that the oils were well blended. And the hair butter is pretty much ready. I opted not to use arrowroot powder. Arrowroot powder can help with some of the greasiness from the oils and the butter. So you can use some arrowroot powder if you like, but this is what my herbal hair butter is looking like. And as always, you can make changes, substitutions, make it work best for you. This is what the texture is looking like. And with body butter or hair butter products, the consistency will always change slightly after some time. But I went ahead to pipe the hair butter. I usually use a press and seal wrap, and I always use a reusable piping bag, and I use a piping tip. Everything I used is going to be linked in the description box. I'll have all the ingredients listed, linked, all the equipment, tools, materials. So please check the description box for everything. It's going to be linked. And the herbal hair butter is pretty much ready. This is what it's looking like, and I waited until the next day and I put some labels on. But so far it's ready for use, and you can make changes, you can make substitutions to make it work best for your own specific hair type. But this is what the hair butter is looking like. I'll show you the consistency. I did not use arrowroot powder, so if you want a hair butter that doesn't feel as greasy, you can use arrowroot powder. You can also use tapioca flour. You can also use cornstarch to cut down on the greasy feeling of the hair butter. And this is the consistency the next day. So with butter products, the consistency or the texture will change after you've made it. So it is going to firm up slightly, but the finished product should not be rock hard. You should not be making your product one day and then a few days later it turns into something else. But I went on and applied it on my skin just to show you how it applies. So it goes on very easily. It absorbs pretty quickly too. As I said earlier, if the greasiness bothers you, just adjust it with the arrowroot powder. And as I said, with any new product you're trying out, always do a patch test to make sure you don't have any type of irritation to your skin, to your scalp, to your hair. And so to use this, I use this as a leave-in treatment. I do not rinse this out. I just mist my hair with some water or a leave-in conditioner. I just get that applied throughout my hair, massage that in, and then I comb through, and then I use the hair butter. I take a small amount and I just massage that throughout my hair, and then I also comb that through to get the product in, and then I'll just do a 2-strand twist. The good thing about this hair butter, you can also use this to refresh your styles. So if you have old twists that you've done, same thing, just use this hair butter to add moisture to your hair. This whipped hair butter felt so good on my hair. It left my hair feeling so soft, very moisturized. So I hope you give it a try. If you have any questions about the formula, the recipe, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to answer your questions. But thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. Don't forget to turn on your notifications so that way you don't miss any of my videos, and please give this video a like, give me a heart emoji in the comments. That really helps me out, and thank you so much for supporting me, and thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.